What is going on, Dokkan fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. As always, my name is G, and guys, we're jumping back into the Ultimate Red Zone, the Red Ribbon Army Edition. I believe stage number 4 against Cell. I'm gonna try to make this one really quick because this fight took me quite a bit. I think it took me about 16 minutes, but don't worry, I'm not gonna play the whole 60 minutes. I'm just gonna make a quick little intro and explain exactly my whole idea of what I really planned out and why I brought the team that I brought. Obviously, I am recording this after we got the EZA for the AGL Gogeta, which in turn has made this guy a very viable and very useful unit with his defense pretty much being stacked for 4 turns after Supering once he does transform to the God version of the Gogeta or Blue Gogeta, and the fact that he can actually dodge quite a bit, which I know I'm not really the biggest fan of dodging mechanics. I absolutely hate the God doers for that, but in the sense of trying to beat stages such as this Cell in particular, and the fact that he has a high chance to dodge, it can be very useful because dodging, whether I like it or not, is definitely one of the most OP, I guess, gimmicks that any unit can have if it works out. And thankfully, what I found out with this Gogeta, I did actually put in some skill orbs. I swapped some things around because I think I put him just like additionals and whatnot. But after the EZA, I went ahead and swapped them out and actually put some additional dodging so I can have that probability a little bit higher, because he does have a high chance to dodge already from his passive after his EZA. And of course, we are bringing the Ultimate Gohan / Beast Gohan as my leader because he is the superheroes category leader, and he does give him the additional, I believe, 30% from the movie heroes category. So Gogeta pretty much has the full 200% lead. And then on top of that, I also brought the Tech God Vegito, the one that he just gets his additional attacks. He can get up to 200% attack and defense per attack, but I did find out that he does take quite a bit of damage, so I did have to protect him a few times in this fight because Cell is very difficult at the very beginning. Getting the ball rolling in the very beginning of the stages is very crucial to try to get this no item run challenge done. Of course, you don't have to do it like that. I mean, you can use items, and this event will be pretty easy. I will admit and say this for sure, these Red Zone stages have been one of the easiest ones. They're almost like the Super Dragon Ball Heroes, I guess, special little Red Zone events. They're not really that difficult, which I think it's very understandable since they are just temporary, I think, in my opinion. So they're not very difficult compared to like the Broly and the Omega Shinron. Now those Ultimate Red Zones are no joke. Those are very difficult to do. Even at this point in the game, they're still very difficult to do, especially trying to get the no item run. So yeah, this fight, it was one of the most, I guess, entertaining fights that I've had in Dokkan. It's very interesting to really go against these phases of Cell. And like I mentioned, the very first beginning of the fight was very crucial because the AGL Cell in the very beginning, you can actually stun or, you can actually seal. And that can be very crucial when you're trying to get your stackings going, because his super takes a lot of damage if he doesn't super like say for Piccolo or the Beast Gohan. It can take a lot of damage to the Gamma number 1 and 2. So of course Gamma number 1 can negate that, but I got very unlucky with the negating factor with that first super. But he does take a lot of damage, so it's very important that you do get those seals off very early on, and then you can actually stun most of the Cell phases. So if you guys don't know that, you can actually stun, I believe, the second phase and the third stage, and that is very actually very clutch because the Orange Piccolo and the Beast Gohan, they do have that stunning probability, and that is super clutch when I'm in a very sticky situation. And then I found out that the very buff version of Cell, and this might just be the fact that I'm just very already stacked up. All my units have gotten a few supers off, and they're really I guess really beefed up already. I found out that the very buff Cell is actually one of the easiest phases in this whole entire fight. After you beat the buff Cell and you go to the STR perfect Cell, you can pretty much just use all your active skills. I mean, transforming your Orange Piccolo to his giant form, he can get up to 3 rotations of that, and this guy can take maybe up to 5 bars of cells if you get very lucky with the criticals. And then on top of that, you can just use Beast Gohan's active skill as well. You can transform your God Duos, use their active skill, and you can pretty much just beat that last phase with just active skills alone. And I actually think I did do that in this fight. where I just transformed Piccolo. He rotated like 3 times, and then he lowered like Cell's hip all the way to like maybe 4 bars, and then I used Beast Gohan's active skill, which then left me with like 2.5 bars, and I think I had like Gamma number 2 if I'm not mistaken, and he pretty much just finished off the fight. So the very first stages is where it just really is the it factor. This is gonna be what's gonna really I guess come out with your outcome of what's going to be your fight if you're going to do for the no item run. The first stages are the most important stages. After the third stage, you're pretty much good to go. All your units should be already stacked up, and I found out that the Gogeta definitely clutched it with his dodging, and it was relatively easy. And surprisingly, I actually did it within my first or second attempt. I can't remember, but I think it was very simple. It wasn't something that I was kind of debating whether I was going to be able to do it or not. It was also very fun bringing these units that are just barely got their easy A and just get the solid 200% lead from Beast Gohan alone. So overall, man, this Cell fight was very fun, very long, but it was very fun, very entertaining. These are the type of fights that I actually enjoy. Fights where they're kind of, I guess, challenging, but not too challenging, where it's kind of cheap, like, like the Broly, for example, with his AoE taking a shit ton of damage. I absolutely think the Broly Red Zone is still extremely cheap. But this fight was very entertaining. It's the right amount of challenge that you can really have fun with, and you can definitely test out other teams. I definitely want to jump back into this fight and probably use like maybe Cooler's team and see if I can do a no item run with that team as well. But nonetheless, guys, there you guys have it. Stage number 4, beating Perfect Cell, the Ultimate Red Zone, completely without using a single item with the superheroes / movie heroes category. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Like this video if you'd like to. It helps me out tremendously with the YouTube's algorithm. And as always, I'll catch you all on the next video. Alright, peace out.